I'm actually going a little crazy today and yesterday. This whole weekend, I'm losing my mind. The Mustang Fox Body is officially ready to be sprayed. I'm gonna take you guys around the car real quick, show you how I masked it up. I didn't want to waste too much time on that. I really just want to get to spraying since the last video was all about taping. Also, we're gonna announce the giveaway winner in this video. I stuffed some paper behind the doors. So the way I do that is I open the door, I stick the paper in, and then I close the door. This way I don't have to worry about crap blowing out from the crack there. The second thing was, I believe this is the antenna. Now, I couldn't find the plug for this. I went behind the fender. This goes through the firewall, so it's somewhere behind the dash. I wasn't gonna start digging around behind the dash to find this plug, so I just taped it up so it basically doesn't fit in the hole. So we're not gonna have any issues there, aside from it being a little bit in the way, but it's really not gonna bother me at all. The next thing I wanted to do was show you guys how I taped this fender up. So I flipped my tape right to the edge, and then what I did was I used the top layer of tape to push it forward. So you see that? So we have a very consistent soft edge going down the entire fender. See that? See my flip tape right there? And then this tape is pushing it forward against the edge. Now, we have a lot of spots with exposed metal. We're gonna have to edge prime. I fixed that little dent there also. All right, now we'll take our black self-etch primer, and I'll just give all the exposed metal a quick coat. And right after all this metal is covered, we'll be good to go straight into our sealer. You cannot apply your base coat on top of self-etch sealer. Just gonna throw a little over this. There's kind of a lot more exposed metal than I was hoping there would be, but it is what it is. Either way, it's got to get covered. I really did try to blow through as little as possible, but I mean, the more I kept going around this car, the more I kept finding. It was driving me absolutely crazy yesterday, because I had every intention of spraying it yesterday, but that just wasn't gonna happen, and the can is spitting on my glove. Kind of had a few big little drips up there, but it's all right. I'll wait until I have my sealer on, and once my sealer's on, then I'll throw a little base on. Then I will sand that down if I still see it, which I probably will. I'm so happy that I had this in black, man, because we don't always have it in black, because it's gonna just save a little bit of time here today. Right after we get our sealer on, I will announce the giveaway winner, or I'll pop the screen recording up. Oh, and the feedback from that giveaway was more than I could ask for. So I 100% will be doing more of those. We're gonna be painting the side skirt and the trunk separately, as well as the rear bumper, because all that still has to get painted as well. But when I'm doing a big project like this, I really prefer to be able to just focus on the actual body of the car first, and then I worry about all the other little parts after. If something goes wrong with the parts, you know, it's not a big deal. You just throw the parts back in and fix it. But if something goes wrong on the car, it's a little bit bigger of a deal, because it's a lot of work to get a car in and out of a booth in a production shop. I know I mentioned that we're not gonna base over this, because you can't base over self-etch primer, but you also cannot sand self-etch primer. If you sand self-etch primer, you lose the adhesion that you get and the protection that you get from self-etch primer. So I'm pretty sure that drip's gonna show, but like I said, we're gonna throw our sealer, then we're gonna throw our coat of base, then we can sand that down. And because I had to put self-etch in so many random spots, mainly on the quarter and the door, I don't want to go with my sealer and just find those spots and put sealer. because my sealer edge is gonna leave a bunch of texture all over the place if I do that. So I'm gonna seal our quarter, I'm gonna seal our door on both sides, incomplete. Now the roof, we didn't blow through anything, we're good. And the fenders, I think it was only the edge on that side we blew through. So we'll just seal up both quarters, both doors. Should take about 20 ounces of paint to cover all that up. Sealer is down, and I kind of messed up a little bit, not really, but I didn't realize how hot it was in the booth. It's 84 in here, and you know, it's been cold recently, so I'm using a faster hardener with my sealer, so it kind of flashed off a little too quick, but it's gonna dry just fine. I just couldn't get that nice wet look going down. But I'm gonna turn the heat off. I don't think we need it. It's probably around 70 degrees outside right now. So hopefully it should be around the mid 70s once I turn the heat off, and then we'll lay our color. But before I forget, let me announce the winner from last video's giveaway, and we're gonna do a giveaway this video too. So here's the winner. Congratulations to you, just won the Black Widow Mini. In this video, we're gonna give away a full-size Black Widow HTE. All you have to do to enter, drop a comment, like the video, and make sure you're subscribed. Without further ado, let's lay some base. I don't want to run out on the other side right in the middle of it, so I figure let me just go grab some more color. And this is the gun that the gentleman has just won. Oh, and I do want to mention to you guys, because some of you might not know this, the last thing you want to do on a job like this is trap solvents. And did you know that if you use a hardener that is going to cause your material to dry too fast, that's a great way to trap solvents. So applying the sealer like we did, it is possible to trap solvents like that. But in this case, I know we're good because our sealer dried uniform. If it was looking really blotchy, then we might have had a little bit of a problem when we came in tomorrow and that clear fully gassed off. All right, let's lay the rest of this now. And somehow we ended up here. So I gotta share with you guys a very, very important lesson that I just learned that I wish somebody taught me sooner. But unfortunately, they didn't. If somebody ever brings a car with a botched paint job to your shop, you got two options. Either tell them you don't redo someone else's work, that's one. Probably the best route to go, to be honest. Or two, charge them double. Because you have to do at least double, if not triple the work. After I laid that first coat of base on there, which went down beautiful, went back in to lay the next coat. I'm looking at the base, making sure everything looks good. What do I see? More runs and more runs and more runs. Not in my base coat, not in my work. For those who don't know, this car ended up here because it got painted elsewhere, and the issues were endless, okay? But one of the main things was the car was just covered in runs, absolutely everywhere. I blocked this car with 400, 600, 800. The prep guys went over it. I spent all day yesterday, 8 hours, re-sanding and re-taping that car. Soon as I put my base coat on, I see more shit and more shit and more shit and more shit. I just spent the last 2 hours going over that whole car with a hard block and 1,000 grit. Just knocking down anything that I saw. And I threw another coat of base on it. And to top it all off, now it's raining outside, so it's humid as all fuck in the booth. So I think I'm going to switch to solvent after this last coat of base that I put on dries. So anyway, I got a base bake cycle running right now. Once that's done, we'll go in there, we'll see where we're at, and if everything looks good, I should only need one more coat of base, and then we should be ready for clear. But yeah, I wish somebody taught me this lesson sooner, because I'm paying for it, man. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to wrap it up for the day, because I can't do it anymore. I know it's gonna be really hard to see on camera, but you see right here, that's a huge, monstrous freaking run, man. And that's just one. Like, I mean, there's another minor one right there. I know you can see that, or maybe you can't. It's very hard to get it. But I mean, I don't understand how there's any more runs. I can't even tell you how much time I spent blocking this damn car down, man. And then, of course, you know, the panel that I'm just doing for the customer, so he's got fresh paint on the whole car, and it's not just like the back half is, you know, fresh paint job, and the front is all faded and shit. It had a huge run in it. And I blocked this yesterday with 600 to prep it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it in the light, but I'm calling it for the day. I can't anymore. I need to go home and relax and calm down and come back and deal with this shit tomorrow, because I spent 8 hours yesterday, 5 hours today, 13 hours this weekend I spent on this car. There's another sag back here. See that right there? And if I go and just paint this car like this, well, now that's not the last shop's botch job. That turns into my botch job. So I can't just send it and get this done. I have to sit here and continue to block this car down. Anyway, I'm going home. I'll pick this video up tomorrow. Peace. All right, we're back. It's the next day. I spent about 3 hours sanding this thing down. I wet sanded it, and yes, for those who do not know, you can wet sand waterborne base. You just don't want to let the water sit on it, obviously. As soon as you're done doing whatever you're doing, you just dry it up real quick. Now, I originally started dry sanding it, but it just wasn't cutting the way I needed it to cut, so that's why I went to water. Also, when you wet sand while you're painting, you're going to limit the amount of dust that you make, which is going to help. Now, I know no matter what I do at this point, the car is going to come out dirtier than it would have if I didn't have to sand it, but unfortunately I did, and I went kind of freaking crazy, as you guys can see. I wanted to make sure I'm not going to have to sand anymore, so I blew the car off real good after I finished sanding, and now I'm drying it up. Well, now I'm cleaning it with my waterborne cleaner, and I'm not spraying my cleaner on the car, obviously. What I did was I just soaked my rag with my waterborne cleaner, and I'm just wiping it on with that, and then drying it immediately with this towel. And it is taking off like a light layer of paint, but it's not anything that is going to affect the finish. It sucks because I know as soon as I start laying paint on here, I'm going to see dirt, but if I have to denib it, I'll denib it. And obviously, while I was sanding down, I blew through some spots. So I think what I'm going to do is just reseal this and kind of just get a fresh start on it. I've been here sanding now today for almost 4 hours. So you can kind of imagine where I'm at mentally right now. Feeling pretty defeated, I can't lie, but this thing's gonna come out how I want it to come out, man. No matter what, it's gonna come out how I want it to come out. All right, here goes nothing, round two. All I really am hoping for here is for it to come out clean. I'm really not concerned about any runs or anything anymore, because I'm sure they've been taken care of. Put it down at 17, 18 on the DV1. It's about 24 PSI, give or take. But yeah, if we get, you know, a little bit of dirt, I'll be understanding. I'm just praying we don't get a lot of dirt. Because remember, we're going to have to cut and buff this car after. And if we get a lot of dirt, then we're going to have to spend even more time on this car. Actually, looks like it came out pretty freaking clean, and it's looking good. I didn't throw sealer on the bottom there because I didn't have to sand much, so I know there's not going to be any, you know, metal or anything down there showing. Truthfully, considering all the sanding I had to do on that car in the booth, I'm shocked by how clean that coat of sealer just came out. Now, I don't know, maybe I didn't get, you know, a close enough look, but we're gonna go in there. I'm mixing up my color right now, and we're gonna find out if it went down as clean as it looked. Fingers freaking crossed, man, because I don't want to sand anymore. You know, I'm actually going a little crazy today and yesterday. This whole weekend, I'm losing my mind. All right, so while this finishes flashing off, we'll take a look. And it seems like it actually did come out as clean as it looked. So this puts a smile on my face, and it's the first smile on my face in like 3 days. So that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. All right, let's lay some color. We got a little bit of dirt, nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna let this flash off and I'm gonna give it a D-nib. But other than that, this thing looks great. Now I see a little drip on that fender there. That was obviously there already. I did sand that down a few times. I'll sand it down one more time. But other than that, I mean, this looks great. And I reduced my my base by 15% today. Usually with black, I'll under reduce slightly. When I say slightly, I mean like 2 or 3%. But because this color has only black tints in it, I realize that I'm just gonna have to under reduce it more than normal. And in this case, you know, 15% reduction seems to be the perfect number. Now all we have to hope for is that this side can go down at least close to as clean as the other side. And I'm not saying the other side was perfect, but again, considering all the sanding we had to do, I'm shocked it even came out that clean. Lesson learned with any color that is literally just straight black, I have to reduce it by only 15%. All right, so I just finished going around the whole car and de-nibbing anything that I found. I found quite a bit of dirt, which was expected, but overall it did come out cleaner than I thought it would. I mean, I dry sanded, I wet sanded, and then I dry sanded again. So I sanded the whole freaking car 3 times after I laid that first coat of base. Usually when you touch the car at all in between coats of base, it comes out a lot dirtier than it would have otherwise. So now at this point, I basically have to hope that we are done getting dirt, because I can't spend any more time sanding this car. Now I have to just finish laying my color and pray. Anytime that I do sand down a panel, my first coat is always going to be a light coat. I try to keep it light, but not dry. I don't really want to start putting dry paint on the car. So the way you do that is you just lower your pressure and you hold the gun a little further back, and if it's coming out dry, you just move your gun a little closer. It's gonna help cover those scratches quicker than if you just went straight at it with a wet coat. Well, we made it, guys. We are ready for clear, finally. I wasn't sure if this moment would ever come. Anyway, at this point, I really just want to get this car the hell out of the booth. So let's get to it. All right, so here's how everything came out. You can see that paint went down absolutely beautiful thanks to all of that prep. And when I say all of that prep, I mean days of freaking prep work. Look at that. I think the customer is going to be more than happy. I mean, I know I would be, considering how this car came in here and how it looks now. I really don't think there's much more you could ask for. Anyway, that's going to be it for this part, guys. Remember, if you want a chance to win the Black Widow, wow, that's the money shot right there. Look at that. If you want a chance to win the Black Widow, make sure you drop a comment, like the video, and that you're subscribed. Until the next time, we're going to polish this thing. Compound polish. I'll show you guys my process for that, and we'll show you the true final results. Until the next time, peace!